Hi you guys, welcome back to my table of three. If you're new here and coming over from the Shindig collaboration, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you find something within this video or on the channel that you can really enjoy and get some helpful use out of. So without any further ado, let me jump right in and say welcome to the Shindig collaboration. It is hosted by Tony at Kettle Kitchen, Lisa and Dale over at 9 Acre Farms, and also Tiffany over at Mud and Mascara. I'll link to all three channels below in the description, as well as includes a playlist of all the collaborators that are putting out a video this month of September. So you may be asking, what is the Shindig? Well, the idea for this collaboration is that we all pitch in and share recipes that you would take to gatherings or social events where it involves food, right? And if you're from the South, from the looks of it all around the country, food is a big important part of gatherings. Now, when I was starting to make this video, I was trying to figure out what in the world I was going to share with you guys, and I went through so many thoughts in my head because there's so many good things that you could share. And I know that our family has a lot of favorites, so it was kind of overwhelming. So in my chaos of my brain, I got to thinking, what even is Shindig? Like, where did that term come from? Have you ever thought about that? Like, what is Shindig? Sometimes words just sound odd, right? So I got myself curious and I did some Google searching, and I found out that Shindig is actually a word that comes from the word shindy, and it says that old timers, and I don't know how far back, called loud parties that were usually a ruckus or parties with a lot of dancing and just a really good time. They called it a shindy. So that's over the years, and I don't know the exact term, the exact timeline, but people started calling, hey, let's go to the shindig. Okay, so basically you could say family gatherings around our neck of the woods here in the South could be a shindig, because sometimes they get rowdy. Not a lot of dancing going on, so you won't see any of that today in this video. But we do get loud, we have a good time, lots of laughter, and lots of food. So we're going to swap out the dancing part for our shindig for a lot of recipes. Not only am I going to share a recipe today with you, but there are tons of collaborators, like I mentioned, sharing a recipe, sometimes one or two a day from now to the end of the month. So make sure you look in the description below and see all those wonderful channels so you can go over, watch their videos, and give them a comment. Tell them how much you enjoyed the video. So today I went through a couple of things in my mind, like I said, as to what to fix you, even to the point of stressing myself out a little bit. So I actually tried some deviled eggs. I have a recipe for bacon cheddar deviled eggs that I was going to do, but it's actually already on the YouTube channel, so I'll link to that below. So today what I thought, you know what, why not share one that everybody still loves when I make it? It's an oldie but a goodie. I may have shared it with some of you guys over the past 7 or 8 years that I've been on YouTube, but I'm going to share it again today because it is delicious. Everybody loves it, and it would be perfect to take to your shindig any time of the year. So those are warm marinated ham and cheese sandwiches. Some people around the South call them drunken sandwiches. No, there's no alcohol involved, but you do pretty much soak the bread in an amazing marinade, so I guess that's why they call it drunken. Now that I think about it, these drunken sandwiches may be the perfect recipe for a shindig, right? Since it's loud and a ruckus. Anyway, enough with the rambling about the shindig. Let's jump into this recipe. I hope you will like it, and I'll talk to you a little bit more at the end about this amazing collaboration. Let's get started. One tip I'll give you is when you're choosing the bread for these sandwiches, you don't want a soft roll, you want to get a more crustier roll. In fact, a tip I always have is in the bakery section of most of your retail stores or grocery stores, they'll have a markdown or a day-old bin for breads, like this one I found at Walmart. These are the French steak rolls, and there's 8 to a bag. They're usually $2, but I looked up and found several bags for 60 cents each, and I just throw them in the freezer for when I know them because they keep really well. And to thaw them out, you just take them out of the freezer and let them thaw out naturally on the counter, and you can't even tell if they were frozen. So let me show you how to get ready to build these sandwiches. You can take the rolls and you just slice them in half all the way open so you have a top and a bottom. We'll do a couple of these here. And if you don't find these rolls, you often can also find the French rolls or the French loaf bread on clearance, or even it's just $1 at the store most of the time anyway. If you can't find these rolls, do a large one. That'd be great. You can just slice it in half or in pieces to feed your crowd. Okay, so let's just work on these here. You're simply going to take your thin turkey or ham. In this case, I'm using ham. And you're going to put a couple of slices on each roll. Now, these rolls are a little bit thicker than some, so if you want to add a little bit more meat, you definitely can do that, because you don't want the bread and meat ratio to be way off. So let's go ahead and add 2 pieces each here. There's no exact science here, guys. And then I just add, today I'm adding a half a slice of American cheese. Now it's really good if you want to do like a Monterey Jack or a Swiss cheese that's really melty. Go ahead and use that. And if you have these bigger rolls, like I said, you can always add a whole slice of cheese. You don't want to be teensy here. These are wonderful, and the more cheese, the better. So we just close those. Let me show you. I've already got some started here. For this sandwich, since we are going to be adding a marinade later, I do like to line my pan so it's not quite as messy. So you can see I've already got some started here, and you just want to line these rolls up together. I like them to be close together so they're touching like this. And we're going to go ahead and fill this pan up. I have several to do today for a baby shower, but I'm going to go ahead and finish this pan up with the last 3 rolls, and then I'll show you how to make the marinade sauce, which my son Nathaniel is here. He is my sous chef today, and he's going to help us mix together the sauce, which we start with 2 sticks of butter. You can use margarine. I don't know why you would. Butter's so much better, but you definitely can if you'd like to. Then to this sauce, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of yellow mustard, or a spicy mustard if you prefer. Can you hand me that, Nathan? I'm going to add that to the sauce. Just 2 tablespoons. Okay. Then we're going to add a half a cup of Worcestershire sauce. Miss Nathan's giving to me now. Thank you. And we're going to add our spice mixture next, which is right here. Thanks, Nathaniel. In this case, I have 2 tablespoons of poppy seeds, a teaspoon of garlic, and 3 tablespoons of dried chopped onions. Now, you can totally adapt this recipe. If you don't like onions, you can leave them out. If you're worried about the poppy seeds and anything, you can leave them out. It's just totally up to you. This is just the way we like it and the way I've always had it. So we'll dump those right in. Make sure we get all that goodness out. Okay, so you would just pour, remember I told you these are messy, so the tin foil is really, really going to help here. And as you pour it over the top, you'll see these great, the onions and the poppy seeds will be all over the top, which makes some seriously good goodness after it bakes. Okay, now I'm going to not pour all this marinade on here because I have another few sandwiches to do, but I do want to make sure all the sandwiches have some of the onions and stuff on there. So just make sure each one of your sandwiches, the tops are covered and have some of those lovely onions and poppy seeds. Like I said, if you don't like the onions, you can totally leave them off. It's not a game changer. Looks like I may use close to all this sauce, but that's fine. Now guys, the more marinade you put on them, just the tastier it'll get. But like I said, if you want to start tasting your marinade earlier, like before you, right after you add the Worcestershire sauce, you can, and adjust it. You may want to add more seasoning or even a little kick, maybe cayenne pepper or something. That would be great too. I would suggest letting these, seriously, I'm going to go ahead and just use this. Why waste it, right? Like I said, the saucier it is, the yummier it is. I let these set a little while before I bake them because it just soaks into this crusty bread and makes an excellent, excellent sandwich. After you get everything sauced, you're going to put them in a preheating oven of 350 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes. Just be careful that your bread doesn't get extremely hard. Sometimes I cover it with foil, but I don't like to lose the toppings. So most of the time I just slide it in there with no covering and watch it. So start out with about 18 to 20 minutes and go up from there. You just basically want to heat them through and make sure the cheese is melted. Out of the oven, and we're just taking them off the cookie sheet and placing them on your serving tray. Just be careful because they are hot and ooey gooey, which is what makes them so divine. Guys, there is my warm marinated ham and cheese sandwiches. Like I said, it is an oldie but a goodie, so worth sharing. Again, I hope you enjoy that. Also know that wherever you take them, they go fast. I catered a wedding not too long ago, and this was one of the items that they requested, and they went super fast, the ones that we had out, and they're just really good. They're big in our family, and people love them when we take them. So I hope you give them a try when you go to your next shindig, no matter what time of the year it is. Everybody will love them. Now, before we go, I also want to share a little bit more about the collaboration. There will be a live giveaway over on Tony Kettle Kitchen. It's just Kettle Kitchen, but Tony's channel on October the 1st. It's 6 p.m. Central, so you'll have to adjust it for your time zone. I'll also post that information in the description, so you maybe won't have to do the math if you're in a different time zone. There'll be door prizes, and they'll also be chosen by a comment picker for those that comment on all the videos. And I think there'll be some door prizes if you attend that giveaway as well. So check the information below. Watch all the videos. Grab all those great shindig recipes, because you know the holidays are coming up, and there'll be a lot of shindigs to go to, right? So I know the ingredients for the sandwiches run across the screen, and you may not caught them because it was so fast, but don't you worry. I do have the recipe in printable form on my blog, so I will put that recipe link below so you can just click on it and print it out. Now, I hope everybody has enjoyed the recipe again, like I said, but until the next time, guys, I will see you later.